My name is Paola Mazzola. I'm candidate for the European Parliament Northwest Constituency for 5-Star Movement. I was born in Valtellina, in Sondrio, and live in the Oltrepo Pavese since some time. I am an independent woman. I have an adult son whom I raised alone and who lives on his own, a twin sister who lives in Morbegno, and a mother who lives in Sondrio. I studied in Sondrio, where I graduated in accounting. I worked in London for a year and then returned to Italy. In 2000, I moved to Oltrepo for work reasons. I worked in various sectors: administration, accounting, organization of sporting events, including international ones, advertising, radio. From 2001 to 2012, I was director of Abroni first and then of the Stradella swimming pools, with managerial responsibilities, relations with the press and public authorities. Since 10 years, I'm an accountant in an industry that produced sterilizers and peroxide decontamination systems. My greatest passions are sport, politics, and reading. I devour books on technology, sociology, and history. We are evolving. Things are changing at an incredible speed thanks to technology. Ideas are created and modified quickly. Sometimes we no longer recognize ourselves, and we often find ourselves without any reference point, because the model of the past are outdated, and the new frontiers pose more questions than sentences. Furthermore, we are in a world where manipulation, spreading and shouting fake news often reign. In an overload of information and fakes, reality is mixed up and distorted. It is a real fact or fiction? We don't know anymore. When in doubt, someone may think it is better not to expose themselves, to wait, to stay at the window, to watch. But for what? Watch what? While we waste time in doubts, there are those who have been waiting for a long time and who now, with arrogance, offer themselves as the champions and answer to our insecurities. What do they propose? War? Weapons? Watching people die for a just cause? Protecting their own clan and forgetting the achievement of those who fought for the rights of women, workers, the weakest, are reaching those who are already rich, because going against them takes away votes. They propose restoration to us, but we barely notice it anymore. We are tired, stressed. It is true that the average quality of life has significantly improved, but even if things are going well and we have a job, we leave home early, we remain stuck in the traffic, we work at a fast pace, we get back in the car, there are the children, parents, elderly, the mortgage, price rises, we close ourselves in our problems, and we turn the other way. Nothing changes anyway. We are disillusioned spectators. We hope we don't need an urgent medical visit. And let's wait. No. Inside us, we perceive that what is happening is profoundly wrong, that the abyss of world towards which they are dragging us is an abyss of endless pain for everyone, that seeing men and women dying under the bombs cannot be right or normal or inevitable. Seeing the leaders of the European Union meeting and saying that the civilian population must prepare for resistance in the event of war is profoundly wrong and horrifies us. On the model of how we operated in the COVID period, We need to dialogue and to dialogue and to dialogue so that good consciences prevail over indifference. We need convinced and convincing people who firmly and ambiguously believe in peace to come forward. We must fight with words, not with weapons, like Giuseppe Conte did in the times of COVID to obtain the miracle of the Eurobonds and the 109 billion. I'm not afraid of getting involved. Indeed, I never have been in reality. I believe that constant and continuous updating, study, in-depth analysis, discussion, courage, curiosity, and open-mindedness are the foundation for every turning point. I started to be interested in politics late. I loved the 5-star movement at first sight. I signed up to the platform for the first time in 2016. Then I unscribed in 2018 because I didn't understand some of the choices of the previous political leader. Finally, thanks to the new course set by Giuseppe Conte, which I fully approve, I registered again in July 2022 and actively participate as a candidate in the electoral campaign for the Lombardy regional elections last year. I proposed myself as a candidate for the European elections because I would like to contribute directly to bringing the ideas and values of our movement to the European Parliament, aware that in Europe today, at this juncture in history, fundamental decisions must be made for the destiny of us Europeans and of the world. Today there is war, which is destruction and death, and voices calling for weapons, more and more weapons, are getting louder and louder. No, we must stop this senseless race. The movement knows that peace can be achieved only with continuous efforts, in which good politics speaks to everyone. Peace is dialogue, understanding the reasons of others. Those who govern Europe today do not understand this. The weapons must speak, and they say that pacifists are either cowards or deluded. Nothing could be more wrong. We in Europe want the government to reason of good politics, of negotiation. Peace must be built, and everything else is then built on peace. It is only with peace that we can achieve the objectives that are the foundation of our movements. Thinking about climate change when one is under bombs is pure utopia. Europe must become a large community in which we recognize ourselves, knowing that every country, including Italy, will benefit from good European governance. At the time of COVID, the movement and the government led by Giuseppe Conte, when many did not consider even COVID a problem but simply a form of flu, managed to get Europe to move in unison for vaccines and allocate the many funds of PNRR in support of our families and businesses affected by the lockdown. Others then claim the success of the movement. Indeed, we claim it. And in addition, we want to achieve further successes in Europe in the field of environment policies and sustainable development for the creation of an open and inclusive society where people count more than the profits of multinationals, where work is a right, where study and health are guaranteed to everyone and not just to those who have more and can afford it, where women and men have the same rights and opportunities, where artificial intelligence will be developed to support the right policies and not vice versa. Yes, the movement has fought and will fight for all this. In this moment of great geopolitical, energy, social and environmental challenges, it is even more true that we citizens must participate and be protagonists of change for a fairer European society, for a fair Europe. We who joined the movement know this much more than others, because in the movement we have found the tool and the stimulus for direct participation. I feel a part of a community of active citizens who want and work for change. I'm running together the voices of this community, as others have done before me.